So whenever I travel, I forget to bring just little tops to film in. So here I am in my jammies. So I want to do some very soft, warm red browns. By the way, if you ever notice, I don't really use a lot of Charlotte Tilbury, but my favorite thing that I don't see people talk about from her line is her eyeshadow formula. 10 out of 10. It's so soft. It blends beautifully. The shimmers are shimmering. This is Pillow Talk Dreams, and then I also brought Pillow Talk Original. So you can see that this one down here is just a little bit more deep, and this one's a little bit lighter. I'm probably going to use both of these. They're very spicy priced, and I'm not going to tell you that you just absolutely have to have them, but out of her line, you know, the contour wand, all of the things that are very, very viral, those I don't enjoy, but the eyeshadow's my favorite. So we're gonna start out with this, and I picked this color because it's a little lighter than Capulets, the one from About Face that I use. It's just a hair lighter, and we're gonna use this as an eyeshadow base today. We're just gonna grab this on our E29. This is my inner rush brush, and I'm using the side of it to really even it out across the lid. Let me add a little bit more over here as well. This formula is very similar to the About Face. The only difference, this particular brand has really intense blues, and the blues from About Face and the purples aren't as smooth as this formula. So if you're after those types of colors, this formula and those pigments it's top notch. All right, we're having some fun. We're gonna take this Makeup Forever. This is one of their artist color pencils. The shade is Universal Earth, and I'm just going to kind of map out just a fun little graphic shape. We're gonna soften it so it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's really going to add to that very burgundy brown that we're going for. And I want to just mention really quickly, this is a lip eye all over the face, but I have not used it on my lips. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because if I had, we would want to sterilize this with alcohol before it goes around the eye. And that's just a little reminder. I want to make sure that we all stay safe and we don't have any eye infections creeping up on us. Okay, that's good. All right, we're grabbing Pillow Talk Dreams. This is the darker one, and I'm grabbing this shade on an E27. And the reason I'm gonna recommend this particular lip and eye pencil is because it doesn't dry quite as quickly as some pencils. And why we tend to stay away from even using these pencils and smudging them and having fun with them is because of that dry time. It's terrifying, and it dries very quickly. But these do dry just a little bit, and I don't want you to not have fun with them. So if you aren't sure about dry time, just do one eye at a time. And I'm just taking this and just going back and forth. Isn't that pretty? I just knew that color was going to add to this palette. Now let's take the side of our E29, the fluffier brush, grab a very small amount of that shadow. I'm going to tilt my head back and just start to soften. Nice. So pretty. I was really in the mood for these colors today. So now I think I'm actually just gonna stick with Pillow Talk Dreams, the darker one. I'm gonna grab this shade on my C30, apply it in the center. Look how nice that looks. Woo. And then Ben's on his laptop over there for hearing all the clicking. I'm just wiping my brush off on Sheila, and we're gonna grab this shade, and we're gonna apply that over this way, but I'm not gonna take it all the way up. I'm gonna leave it a little bit of negative space. And negative space is basically just saying I'm gonna leave this right here, right underneath that dark part. I'm gonna leave it blank. All right, so we're gonna use that same liquid shadow to clean up this lid space just a little bit. And if you've ever had trouble cleaning up lid space, sometimes it's because our bases are too wet. So if you want to practice using a liquid shadow like this, I feel like it would be really, really nice because you have so much control It's not too wet, and it also has a little bit more pigment to it. So it's really getting in there and cleaning up edges really quickly, and you can kind of see your work as you go easier. Now, instead of doing a really black liner, I'm gonna grab this again, and I'm just going to line my lash line, and then we'll coat that again. And it'll be a little smudgy. It's gonna be really fun. Ooh, this is so fun. Doesn't this look way more advanced than what it is? And it's literally just not taking it all the way up. Now we're just taking this color right here, and all I did was just press that right on top, smudge it out, and then we'll clean up the edges in just a second. Now I really want, ooh, Ben almost got caught. There's been a Bigfoot sighting. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of moving my mascara around to really get to the roots here. It's gonna make a difference when we apply our lashes. We can't have none of that peeking through there. Got my lash on. I love these lash tweezers, by the way, y'all. Okay, let's make sure that's nice on the lid. Now let's put on some foundation. Me and this Cover FX foundation. Best friends again. We're best friends. I know that a lot of us, I mean, I've seen so many things be discontinued, and then you're just like, dang. And I really thought that this was a goner, and then all of a sudden it's back, and the packaging, the match. The packaging's a 10 out of a 10. Definitely recommend. The formula, the coverage, the way it wears. It's all I've been wearing while I'm here. I wore this yesterday at the award ceremony. I wore this, I don't even know how long yesterday. I would say almost 12 hours, and it's just perfection. It's perfection. I'm gonna add a little bit more foundation over here. And I want you to notice, let's just say that you're new here. I've actually been getting a lot of new friends, and I'm so excited to have y'all. But if you are new here, I want you to notice that I'm not taking that foundation underneath my eye. We're gonna let our concealer do the work there. Too much product in extremely expressive areas like the forehead here, around the eyes. That is when we start to see our foundation not wear as well. So I try to build very slowly in very expressive areas. Over here, pile that on, that ain't really doing nothing. But through the center, around the mouth, under the eyes, the forehead, I really try to take my time and use as little product as possible. So one of my favorite things, we do it all the time, but it's taking the tiniest amount of the foundation that I have here. We're gonna clean up here, and that just melts everything together. But then I'm gonna pick up some on the side of the E29, and I'm gonna add my undertone into this eyeshadow, because that foundation is my undertone, and we can add that even to our eyeshadow just a little bit. Obviously we still have that same color that we're after, but it kind of just makes it my own. So I'm doing my Haus Labs concealer. I've been enjoying this formula a whole lot. I've had enough time to wear it. I wore it yesterday. We're ruckusing in the hallway again. At least the Honda got its belts checked. So I did my Armani bronzer drops, shade 100. I already have it on, but I wanted to add just a little bit more to my cheeks, just for funsies. I love these, and I'm finding that you can get these on sale quite a bit on the Nordstrom website. So I know they're spicy price, but we're able to find them on sale quite a bit. But I love these so much because they do not blend away. A lot of liquids and even creams, especially the very, very popular ones these days, they just kind of blend away. These do not. They don't, and you can build them up. I love these. Oh, I forgot about blush. I'm sorry. I'm filming a TikTok in between, and I'm not at home, so it's a little. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. But the blush that I used is this one from PLouise in Lychee Lady. I think we've used it here before. Sorry, my foot's asleep too. When it rains, it pours. But I really love this formula. I feel like it's very glowy and it blends like a dream. I'm actually about to go over everything one more time. I have no powder on my face yet. I'm about to set right now. But I'm just gonna go over everything with my foundation brush. What is going on over there? What's going on, Ben? The most what? He found these are the most stable bags I've ever seen. Now we're gonna set, but before we do, let's go over with our concealer brush, our Givenchy powder on our setting puff. And we're set. Ooh, watch all this melt together and just blur. Luscious. Now let's go back under here with the pencil we started with. Nice. Let's do the waterline too. It's really gonna make the eyes pop. I just had a really nice little spring roll. It's probably all over my face at this point, but it's worth it. So now we're just gonna go back over with that same shadow just like we did in our crease. And now keep in mind, I do wear contacts, but I'm gonna take this little brush, and what I'm doing is I'm just flipping my waterline out, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of shadow on top of my waterline as well. It's not as scary as it looks. It's not as scary as it sounds. The one thing I will say is I don't want you to go in here and load up your brush and get a ton of powder. That is gonna get in your eye. That will get on your contacts. But the tiniest amounts, I'm talking just, you need less here than you think you need at all, and then just tap right on top, and it's just gonna grab that. Okay, let's tie the lip in. This is my favorite, the Patch Tall Lip Cream in the shade Shy. Let's do a rough draft with that. And then to tie it together, now we're gonna use this as a lip pencil, and if we wanted to use it on our eye again now, we can. It's not going around there. No, 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 no. But all we would do is sharpen it, and then we could even dip it in alcohol for a second, just some rubbing alcohol, and sanitize it, and then it would be ready for our next eye look. I like this look. I like it. Now, if nobody has told you, I love you so much. I love you with all of my heart. Definitely gonna be posting tonight, so I will see you there in the comments. If you have brown eyes or green eyes, try these colors. I feel like this color is even beautiful on blue eyes. I feel like this very warm red brown is just flattering. I feel like the lip really tied it in nicely too. I'm also going to be wearing kind of this steel blue suit situation, and I just thought this would be so nice with the blue, the contrast. All right, I love y'all so much. I'm heading back home tomorrow, so I think I might not be able to do a tutorial tomorrow, but we'll make up for it on Friday for sure, and then the week after that I'm back to normal. Then we'll be back to business, just the daily tutorials, what we're used to.